Hello there, me Ddraig back, and we're back with another replay, and this time we're going to go for a bit of another Lost Factions. So again, I've drafted in Shaky with us to have another game with me, and we're going to go to Bretonnia versus Araby. Shaky's going to play Araby, because at the time of doing this I didn't have much knowledge of it, and this will go alongside my unit overview video I've just done recently. I'll pop a link to it in the corner of the screen right now if you want to watch that, of course, after this one. So, let's go over Shaky's army first. And here we go. So, what we got here? So, at the front, we got the infamous Jezzails. A fine unit, to say the least. And I do believe he might have another unit of them as well, somewhere. Somewhere around. Oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe just the 2 units. And then so we got some Arabian Ogres, Arabian Guard, 2 units of Arabian Spearmen, some Arabian Guard, and then we got some slaves on the left flank. I think we've got 1 on the right. Some bowmen, Araby warriors, and of course Arabian Sheik. So I think he's Yedriyod. It is, yes. Group of elephants, and I think yes, and I cannot say that. Chimera Arnar sounds close enough to me, and this firing monster thingy, who's really kind of cool. Okay, so that's his general thing. Decent army. I like this army quite a lot. So, what did I bring? Oh yeah, and some camo riders. Remember these. Just remember these camo lancers, because damn them all the way to Hades and back. Anyway, so we decided which one to go through. So when we set it up before, Shaky said it's a classic matchup, Bretonnia versus Araby. So sounds like good to me. I've always liked playing a Bretonnia, and I went for quite a heavy large build here. So if I go up to here, yep, need 2,000 troops on the battlefield. So I'll just take you through my logic. My basic logic was to sort of flood the enemy with as much bodies as possible so they can cope. Now, in my head, pretty decent idea, and I'm still thinking it wasn't a bad idea, but it wasn't. Well, let's just find out what happens. So, peasant mobs all across the front line. That's 4 units of them. Nothing special, nothing bad. Just take a bit of the ammunition from anything shooting and a bit of a chaff. Then I moved on to some men-at-arms pole arms, some battle programs for some damage, 2 units of battle programs actually, and some men-at-arms and beast ways of Baston. So I went to move around. I sort of kept this in a little group to protect my field trebuchet. Some foot squires, so a bit extra AP. Powder on foot, and that's the main thing. And then my Yedriyod is over here. I decided to bring a Ddraig just for sheer, well, because I like him and I think he's quite cool in a Pegasus. And I thought, right, to have 2 units of Pegasus. This is my main idea, was to have this goon squad for taking out anti-large threats. So, well, in my head, yeah, I thought it worked. I'm still thinking that's quite a decent idea. So, how do you think it went for me? Well, let's check it out. So, for starts off, there's a bit of posturing. Now, I was suspicious. I thought something was in here. So, you will soon see that I was going to move them over, and I sent my men up on pole arms a bit further into there. And then went a bit of scouting with my flying goon squad, we shall call it. I love this animation, by the way. That's such a cool animation. Anyway. So I just thought, might be something lying in here, so I thought I'll just quickly check it out. Couldn't see anything. All was well. So as I pushed in here, I thought, I wasn't sure if you start to move stuff forward. So I just thought, I'll post somebody in here just to make sure. And that's what we're doing now. I'll just fast forward to it, because it's pretty much a bit of posturing by us. We're just getting our armies in particular where we want them. So he's moved his Jezzails up, as you can see here. Now the Jezzails have a ridiculous range, like 275. So they're getting pretty much like a bolt thrower almost. So I was continuing concentrating on my army, and I was thinking, right, let's check this out. So I pushed them a bit further forward to my left, just to make sure there's nothing surprising in there. And I scanned over, and I just saw this in time. Did it hit? No, just skimmed me. So that was not bad. And I got to get a few, and there's the Jezzails, and I thought, right then, let's get out of range of them, because I realised they're out of range, because they got range of me. So I pushed these back. I didn't want to use any of these models. With that in mind, I started to move up my field trebuchet. I want to take some pot shots at some of the units here. So a bit more posturing. So let's fast forward a bit more. And he brought his elephants out a bit, and here I am moving my army up. So let's start going a bit slower. I was trying to bait him into doing something. Bring maybe this unit a bit too far out, but Shaky was no fool. He's a canny lad, to use a bit of a British term. And so I managed to get my field trebuchet in range of the Jezzails and the elephants. So I thought I'd throw a few down there, see what hit. And then kept a nice solid front. I continued moving these around. Yeah, there they go. I was about to say, I thought I'd move them around a bit more. I still had not seen these. Again, remember. So, obviously I can't see them. Just to obviously point it out. As I was thinking about these replays, I've watched so many replays of, you know, Moo and Cookies, Turin, Terry Spartacus, all the ones that do replays. I've watched a lot of them. And you always think, like, if I pause it here thinking, well, they're there. But in replays you can see all the units. And you're thinking, it doesn't really reflect what you actually see unless you do it live. Anyway, enough of that. So he's off to take another pot shot at me. I don't think I've dodged this one. No, I hit my... That's killed two. That killed two. Yeah, I did kill two Pegasus. Not happy about that. Meanwhile, though, I managed to get a good couple of boulders into the Jezzails. Now, I want to weaken these up as much as possible. There's only 40 models in it. And then I decided to shoot my peasants. Meh, peasants, who cares? That's what I was hoping for it to do. Soak up a bit of damage. Now, here he is. Do you see the little... Now, I don't think I could see him. If I did, I just missed it completely. I must have just missed it, because I would have seen them. I was too busy concentrating on this to look to my left. Should have been looking at my map a bit more, because they could see it on the map there, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't see them. So they're obviously the most stealthful camels in history. So I was now getting my troops ready for attack. Now, I noticed by now, as you can see, I moved my Pegasus Goon Squad around to the back. Just for a bit of... I wasn't sure where to put them. So I was just trying to see trying to get a beta reaction from Shaky. That was my plan. And he was trying to move his Jezzails to get a few shots. And then he decided to sit down, and he's going to use another one of these on my Pegasus. Another good hit. Stupid homing fireballs. And I thought, right then, time to shake things up a bit and get a bit of a quick alpha strike on these, just to pick out a few. These are only slaves. I just want to break this formation a bit more and make him so he doesn't concentrate on my field trebuchet. Speaking of said field trebuchet, I had some defense here. I have a couple of cheap units at the back, and the camels are ready for their alpha strike. If camels could ever have an alpha strike, this is their time to shine. So let's just do a quick pause here. There we go, and see how that fight is going. So I'm obviously pushing to my left. I've withdrew the Pegasus, so they've taken a bit of there, and I've taken some good damage with my trebuchet done that. So I've weakened the troops up. It's a nip and tuck part of the moment. So let's get back to the map and keep playing. So now I thought, right then, let's push on my peasants and try to support them with my battle programs and just overload them a bit. Now, I noticed by now that these elephants haven't moved for a while. I thought, right then. Poor peasants are getting shot at, but meh, peasants. I thought, right, it's like, okay, let's push these in. And there we go. Do a dramatic charge. Oh, it's a nice shot there. Amazingly, they all miss my Pegasus. I would say that was planned. Let's say it was planned. So, things were going... So, I managed to caps. I managed to weaken their front line a bit. And I was going to send all my units in. So, caps on here. I've got some peasants just to clog them up a bit. And I've taken some battle programs. I was taking my Railway to boost the leadership of the lesser known peasant mobs. And I moved a few more of my troops now. The problem was, and there we are. Unfortunately, I missed it. Missed it again. There they come in from the back, and I did not see this. This is routed completely. See, no reaction, no reaction. There we go. I just remember. I just realised. I think. Oh, maybe not actually. I think I just equipped them. Now I have. Now I've realised. That field trebuchet was doing some nice work back there. I thought this had been covered. Honestly did. Thought yeah, Frank had been freed up. So let's see how my Pegasus Goon Squad's going on. So I pulled them out and I routed them. I was really happy with myself. And then I got a bit cocky, I think. Sent my sent the Pegasus after the Jizzios. I sent the other one after that one as well. And but Riky and the other Pegasus Knights got collared, and they got absolutely annihilated by the Arabian Guard. This is a great anti-yard unit. Now I know, because I've just done my unit overview. That's such a good thing. And the War Elephant has come over here, and it's doing some nice damage to my poor old peasant mob. Now, at this point, let's just slow this down a bit, because things are getting interesting. Now, at this point, I thought I was in a good position. I was really quite happy. I lost the Pegasus Knights, which was a bit my bad. I should have pulled them out completely and then just pushed them off or just focused that. I pushed in my 3rd rank. I dealt with that, of sorts. Dealt with the mad camel rush. So I had some decent units here, decent units there. Things were alright, and I nearly broke in these Arabian Guards, so things were going okay. I was quite happy. And I was Shaky chatted after this, just so you know, just messaging each other. And at this point, this is really even. As you see, it was dead centre pretty much. Everything was going pretty as much as I planned. Now I noticed my field trebuchet was now back on the iron, so I managed to pull them back to try to get them back onto the trebuchets. In the meantime, he sent his Kalma Alnar just to harass my units which were routing. So, yep, things were going alright. Everything was going alright. I pushed into the centre. Things were reasonable, I would say. Now, this is why I want to check, because this is the first time I've seen this replay. At some point, everything just mass routed. I don't know what it was, I triggered it, but something just triggered it completely. So things were alright there. Pegasus Knights were alright there. Let's just check on my... Yeah, my field trebuchets get back into position. I had used these as a flanking force. Possibly did that. Maybe I should only used one, but never mind. Still, things were going alright. Everything was alright. Some peasant mobs had come back, so I thought I'll push them in, just to annoy the elephant a bit. I broke that unit, but Riky was doing alright. It was a bit lower. He should have been pulled out because the Arabian Knights were doing work. Arabian Guards, they were doing work. Peasants, just going to pull that back in. So yeah, everything was going. Now I start to see a break in units. Breaking unit there, breaking unit there, breaking unit there. There. Everything just went. At that point, everything started to break. And you soon see that they all break at the same time. Even though I got a hero there. Albrecht breaks, that probably doesn't help. And yeah, and that was that. That Ecomania pockets, okay, they were quite weakened, so that's probably why. But everything just seemed to break at the same time when I was watching it. And it's clear that it was just a chain route, because you can see everything is now routing now. Very irritating indeed. So I managed to get my field trebuchet back on 9. So I was moving it back in position to take some pot shots at some of the archers back here, if memory serves. And as everybody knows, that horrible feeling in UI when you just see everything going white and routing. It's not a nice feeling. Be it AI or being on the iron, it's just a horrible feeling when you know, okay, things have gone badly. And as you can see, things have gone very badly. And around about, it doesn't take long for everybody just to rout. Right, I managed to get a couple back. I was getting my field trebuchet. Now I was just chucking in units. I had no choice really. I need to pick off some of these cheap units. And you know, field trebuchet actually hit that. Come on. Thank you. Third bolt is a charm. And there we go. that was that. Now here's what I wanted to check. If I end replay now, can I see the casualties? Or does it just error? Oh, it does. Excellent. So I can leave it on this screen so we can just discuss what happened for me. So how did I improve? Or how can I improve next time? Still yearning about multiplayer. As is Shaky, we're both sort of yearning at the same time. I possibly didn't need these peasants. Maybe I could have just taken 2 and then boosted up to get some better infantry. Cavalry. I should have gone for more cavalry. I realised that as soon as I got in. A nice wide open plain. Just 2 units. Not even expensive cavalry. I can't remember what they're called. Quest Knights would have done beautifully. Just to harass his back line and get into these damn things. Look at that damage. It's 300 between them. It's ridiculous. 97 on my field trebuchet. Not too bad. 86 with the foot squires. None for that one. I don't know what happened to there. And 27 for slaves. These slaves, by the way, they're actually a bit better than peasants. And they're very cheap. So, but there's not many of them. Anyway. So good to go fight that. I enjoyed that one a lot. And so I just thought I'll post it up. And I'll probably do my editing thing. And I'm recording this after I've just done my campaign. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. Right, with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.